Welcome to this video where we discuss the Omnipod 5 system according to the CARES paradigm. We will discuss how Omnipod 5 calculates and adjusts the automated insulin delivery when it reverts back to manual mode, specific education tips and sensor issues, and how it shares data. After that, we will go over Omnipod 5's official indications and software updates. 1. Omnipod 5 according to CARES. Number 1. Calculate. The Omnipod 5 system operates as follows. The Smart Adjust algorithm calculates the basal insulin requirement or adaptive basal rate every 5 minutes. It considers the predicted glucose levels for the upcoming hour, the target value, and the total insulin delivered by the previous pod. When predicted hyperglycemia is detected, the algorithm increases the insulin delivery. On the other hand, if hypoglycemia is predicted, the basal insulin delivery is reduced or paused. If the glucose level falls below 60 mg per deciliter, or 3.3 millimol per liter, the basal insulin delivery is always paused to prioritize safety. When initiating the Omnipod 5 system, you will have to enter starting settings including basal rates. Automated mode can be started immediately, and the system will base the magnitude of basal rate adjustments on the basal rate provided, although the maximum delivery is more constrained with the first pod for safety. After 48 hours of use and the first pod change, the system will use the historical basal insulin delivery as a base for the automated basal insulin and further adjust to individual needs thanks to machine learning. The longer the system is worn, the better it performs, so it is recommended to wear it consistently for a few weeks to fully experience the positive impact on time in range. This also means that changes in health conditions or medication, such as sickness or starting a steroid medication, will have a more noticeable effect after a pod change. It's important to note that if you switch controllers, you will lose your insulin delivery history, and the system will need to relearn your insulin requirements. The Smart Adjust algorithm does not provide additional autocorrection boluses. It uses basal rate adjustments to prevent and correct hyperglycemia. The target glucose range can be adjusted in 60-minute time blocks, allowing customization between 110 and 150 mg per deciliter, or 6.1 and 8.3 millimol per liter. It's important to note that the Smart Bolus calculator of the Omnipod 5 system does not only take into account the current glucose, but also the glucose trend. Number 2. Adjust. With the Omnipod 5 system, users have the ability to adjust certain parameters to personalize their insulin therapy. The target glucose range can be set within 60-minute time blocks, allowing customization between 110 and 150 mg per deciliter or 6.1 and 8.3 millimol per liter. The bolus calculator parameters, such as the carbohydrate to insulin ratio, correction factor, duration of insulin action, and correct above value, can also be adjusted. It's important to note that these bolus calculator parameters will only have an impact on the manual mealtime or correction boluses, and not on the calculated automated or adaptive basal rate. Of these bolus calculator parameters, the carbohydrate to insulin ratio is the most influential parameter in terms of clinical impact. An optional activity feature is available, which sets a higher target glucose value of 150 mg per deciliter or 8.3 millimol per liter, and reduces insulin delivery to accommodate physical activity or times of increased risk of hypoglycemia. Number 3. Revert. In the Omnipod 5 system, there are situations that can trigger a limited mode, including a lack of sensor data for more than 20 minutes, or a minimum or maximum insulin release for an extended period of time. During limited mode, the system maintains a fixed basal insulin rate based on recent history and settings. The maximum basal insulin rate in limited mode will never exceed the basal rate settings of manual mode. A lack of sensor data can occur due to sensor warm-up or communication issues between the sensor and the pod, or between the pod and the Omnipod 5 app. To prevent communication problems, it is recommended to wear the sensor and the pod within line of sight. If communication problems persist, the app will display a no pod communication message, and you should follow the on-screen instructions to resolve the issue. Bringing the controller or mobile phone closer to the pod, within a distance of 1.5 meters or 5 feet, can help restore the connection between the controller and the pod. If connection restoration fails, you have the option to deactivate the pod. Once the issue causing the limited mode is resolved, automated mode will automatically resume. In addition, limited mode may be triggered by minimum or maximum insulin release continuously for an extended period of time, resulting in an automated delivery restriction alarm. It is important to respond appropriately by confirming the accuracy of the sensor and reactivating automated mode. When deactivating a pod, the system automatically switches to manual mode. After activating a new pod, you will be advised to restart automated mode again. It's worth noting that connecting the Omnipod 5 app to the pod is only necessary for delivering bolus insulin, activating and deactivating a pod, and for responding to alarms. The algorithm resides on the pod itself, meaning that even without communication between the pod and the Omnipod 5 app, the basal insulin will be adjusted every 5 minutes based on the sensor glucose values and trends. Number 4. Educate. When starting an automated insulin delivery system like Omnipod 5, it's important to consider both general education points for AID systems and specific education points for Omnipod 5. For general education, please refer to the generic module, which includes the following key points. Use fewer carbohydrates to correct hypoglycemia. Consider an insulin delivery or absorption problem if glucose levels remain high for several hours without an apparent reason. If in doubt, change it out. Trust the AID system. Administer a meal bolus 15 minutes before meals. Activate exercise mode 1 to 2 hours before exercising. Respond to alarms promptly. Disable automatic updates on your mobile phone. And seek peer support for guidance and sharing experiences. Specific education points for Omnipod 5 are as follows. Checking the compatibility of your phone with the Dexcom G6 app before starting. If in your country you have access to the Omnipod 5 mobile app and wish to use this instead of your controller, you should also check the compatibility of your phone with this app. When using the Omnipod 5 app on your mobile phone, it is recommended to leave it open in the background and avoid closing it. This ensures continuous communication and data exchange within the Omnipod 5 system. Wear the pod and the CGM on the same side of your body within sight of each other to minimize connection problems. During the initial weeks of using the Omnipod 5 system, you may encounter the automated delivery restriction alarm more frequently due to the limited maximum insulin delivery while using the first couple of pods. However, as you continue using the system, this occurrence will decrease. It is important to respond promptly to this alarm by confirming the accuracy of the sensor and returning to automated mode. Press Use CGM to ensure that the bolus calculator considers the trend arrow. Brief interruptions in basal insulin delivery may occur if glucose levels are trending downward, even if they are above the target value. This is a normal occurrence with Omnipod 5's algorithm and typically lasts only 5 to 10 minutes unless glucose continues to fall. Number 5. Sensor. The Omnipod 5 can be used with the Dexcom G6, G7 or the Freestyle Libre 2 Plus sensor. You can easily switch between the sensor type. If you have doubts about the accuracy of your sensor reading or do not feel it reflects your condition, perform a finger prick test to confirm. If a significant discrepancy, such as a more than 20% difference, exists between the sensor and finger prick readings, even when the blood glucose is stable within the target range, it is advisable to switch to manual mode and / or replace the sensor. The Dexcom sensors can be calibrated if a significant discrepancy exists between the sensor reading and finger prick results, assuming stable glucose levels. Number 6. Share. With Omnipod 5, you have the ability to share insulin and glucose data with your healthcare provider and family members. The Omnipod 5 app on your controller or on your phone are continuously connected to your Gluco account and send data to the cloud every 5 minutes, eliminating the need for manual data downloading. Healthcare providers can access this data through their professional glucose account. If you're using a Dexcom sensor, family members can monitor glucose levels remotely using the Dexcom Follow app. Currently, there is no dedicated Follow app for Omnipod 5, and the Omnipod View and Display app is not compatible. However, there is an experimental integration with Glaroo that enables one-way synchronization of insulin activity entered on a compatible phone running the Omnipod 5 app. This allows you to see insulin doses from the Omnipod 5 on any phone using Glaroo. Please note that this app is not approved or supported by Insulet and also doesn't have a CE label or FDA approval. Its use is at your own risk. 2 indications. Omnipod 5 has both a CE label and FDA label for use in individuals with type 1 diabetes who are at least 2 years old. It is suitable for individuals with a minimum total daily insulin dose of 5 units. The system is approved for use with Novolog, Novorapid, Humalog, or Admelog 100 unit per milliliter insulins. Please note that Omnipod 5 is not approved for use in pregnancy or in individuals requiring dialysis. 3 software updates. Occasionally, Insulet may roll out updates to the Omnipod 5 app in stages. When an update is available, you'll receive a notification on your Omnipod 5 app, either on your smartphone or controller. Before proceeding with the update, ensure your device has sufficient battery power, above 15%, and a strong Wi-Fi connection. If you're ready to install the update, select Update Now and follow the on-screen instructions. If you prefer to wait, you can choose Not Now and manually update later from the notification menu, bell icon. During the update, you won't be able to navigate within the Omnipod 5 app on your controller, including the ability to bolus. However, basal insulin will continue to be delivered in the background. The update process should only take a few minutes depending on your Wi-Fi strength. Once the update is complete, normal use of the Omnipod 5 app will resume, and your insulin delivery settings or the adaptivity from the algorithm will remain unaffected. Please note that if you uninstall and reinstall the Omnipod 5 app on your smartphone, you will lose your insulin settings and the adaptivity from the algorithm. New software releases often come with improved communication and overall functionality. For more details, you can visit the Omnipod website. To check your current software version, tap the 3 lines in the upper left corner of the app, navigate to the About section, and look for the app version. In conclusion, the Omnipod 5 automated insulin delivery system offers users a convenient and efficient way to manage insulin delivery. With its integration of the Omnipod insulin pump, Dexcom or Freestyle Libre sensor, and Smart Adjust algorithm, it provides a comprehensive solution for diabetes management. It's important to remember that while this chapter provides valuable information, it is always recommended to consult with your healthcare provider for personalized advice and guidance. Additionally, you are not alone in your journey with the Omnipod 5 system. There is customer support available from Insulet, the manufacturer of Omnipod, who can assist with any technical issues or questions you may have. Furthermore, joining a dedicated Facebook group or online community can provide a platform for sharing experiences, gaining insights, and finding support from others who are also using the Omnipod 5 system. Remember, managing diabetes is a journey, and with the support and resources available, you can confidently navigate and make the most of your experience with the Omnipod 5 system.